Thanks for joining It's Dating with Katy, and today we're going to be talking old school standards with new school style. Now, you guys know that is my motto, and that's what I believe people want to be seeing in dating. And thank you so much for joining, and please make sure you subscribe. Also, do me a favor and get in my network. If you are single and you are cool, quality, and actually ready and willing and available to date, I just did a podcast on that last podcast about women who want to date, but they're really not available. Men are shaking their heads right now. If you are that and you're ready, get in that network. Let me reach out to you and let me see if you're a good fit for one of my bachelors or bachelorettes. Now, if you'd like to become a client, go ahead and do the work with me button as well, and we will be in contact. Now, if you are new to me, make sure you listen to season 1. It's all about online dating. I am a fan of that, and it can work. Obviously, lots of people met through online dating apps. Also, season 2 is a little bit more fun. We're kind of going in and diving into the details. So make sure if you have an idea, you email me at datingwithkaty@gmail.com. And if you want me to help you with your bio, with your photos, happy to do that. Plus, I just started 7 Steps to Sexy. It is a 7-lesson online course just for you ladies who are feeling like you need a little zhuzh to get back out in the dating world. I get it. I was there. I was frumpy to fabulous is my story. You will hear that in the 7 Steps to Sexy lesson. It's an online course. You will love it. And guys, I didn't forget about you. Confidence 101 is there. It is a great price. It's a 1-hour lesson. You are going to hear what women are looking for. I'm here to help, guys. So let's talk to you gentlemen today with this podcast. Now, as you know, every one of my podcasts are 15 minutes long. It's 1% of your day. And guys, I am here to help you today with 5 text messages that every woman wants to hear. It's very interesting that I was perusing the internet for some ideas on this. I had already written out my 5. I kind of know where I'm going with this, but I thought maybe there's something else I can write down for you guys to help out. When I Googled text messages men should send women, I couldn't find a single article directed at you guys to send to women. Now, I found lots of articles and lots of videos on what women should be doing, 144 cute texts to send your man, but I could not find 144 cute texts to send your women. So if you find one, can you send that to me? But I am telling you, these 5 are essential texts that you should be sending. And what I'm going to be sharing with you is kind of from the start. It's like if you are starting with online dating, if you're starting and you just met a woman, number 1, 2, and 3 are going to be right in the beginning. This is going to get you to become the man with the plan. You are going to be top priority on her list, and she's going to be impressed. The last 2 are what's going to work when you are in the relationship. So stay tuned. All right. So before we get started, let's talk about some parameters with texting. In this new day and age, now look, I'm 46. Back in the day when I was young and dating, nobody had text. You had to make a phone call. And really, it's a new way to communicate. And not only that, not only is there texting and calling, now you've got online apps that have options. You've got Google Numbers. You've got WhatsApp. You've got too many ways that you can be texting and calling and communicating. So really, the bonus of that is that there's no excuse for not being able to communicate with a woman or ladies with a man. But there's also too many that it can become confusing. Now, I am going to preface this. If you are using WhatsApp and you're not an international, it looks very questionable to women. Google Numbers can look very questionable to women as well. It looks like you're hiding something. Now, I suggest Google Numbers for women because I know some of them get nervous about giving out their phone number. If that is you, maybe you shouldn't be dating. If you think every man out there is going to come and find you in your phone number and kill you and do something crazy, then you shouldn't be dating. If you want to use a Google number, I guess that's fine. But at the end of the day, you can block people. I think for the most part, 99.9% of people out there really aren't going to come and pursue you. So keep that in mind. That's just kind of my take on everything. So I believe in good old-fashioned text straight through your phone number, your personal phone number. And I think that's really the best way to be communicating once you're off these apps, if you really like someone and feel like you can trust people. So with that being said, how often do I text Katy? Well, as you're getting into a relationship with a woman, and I'm saying this men to women, ask her. It is okay to say, hey, what is your best form of communication? If she says text, then say great. How much do you like it? How often do you like it? What do you prefer? I mean, you don't read her mind, so ask those questions. And ladies, feel free to be directive with him and say, hey, look, texting is great for me throughout the day. I'm at work. I'm with my kids. I will get back to you when I can, or I like texting. I'm not a big texter. Don't take offense if I don't answer you until late at night because I'm busy. Tell them what kind of texter you are so that they can know how to read you. For example, I had a client, he was texting a girl, then she said, you're texting me too much. So he counted the number of texts in 4 days. There were 14 texts between the two of them. Okay, 14 texts between the two of them in 4 days. I don't believe that's too much, and I think she did a terrible job of explaining why she thought that was too much. That's on them, but nonetheless, don't have these crazy expectations, ladies. And guys, I don't think that would have been too much. So read the room is what I'm saying. Well, let's get into the first three. Now, these are, you're on an app, you're going to ask a woman out. You want to make the next move. This might be in the app because she didn't give you the number. I get it. But hopefully you've gotten her to trust you. You've gotten her phone number. And this is what you're going to do. And this is in case you have not actually made a phone call. Always ask her, what are you most comfortable with? A phone call or a text? Now, let's say you did make a call and you talked about going on a date. You set the time. You not sure about the place. This is the kind of text every woman wants to see. Hey, I found 3 great places for us. I'd love for you to choose. This is called being the man with the plan. Instead of saying, what would you like? Instead of her coming at you with her ideas, I think it's great when you have done the work and you are ready and prepared. You have sophisticated places. Maybe you've heard her say she likes a certain kind of food. Maybe you have a variety of 3 different kinds of food in that lineup so that you can kind of see what her preference is. Nonetheless, have a plan. Do not expect her to roll out 3 restaurants. If you are not, in that neighborhood that she is in, it is not difficult to look on a map, to look at the stars, to look at the pricing, to go to Eater, to go to Google. So stop being lazy. I recently had a guy DM me and he was asking me, Katy, will you look at my photos? By the way, if I'm going to look at your photos, you should pay me for my time. It's just, I would have every Instagram follower asking me to look at their photos and tell them what I thought. But he says, will you look at my photos? I said, sure, email me. Then he proceeds to DM me. Well, what's your email? Really, bro? My email is everywhere. You could go to my website. You could go to my Instagram right there. It says, there's a button that says email. Email me directly. He was so lazy. And I really wanted to say hell no, I'm not going to look at your photos. You can't figure out how to email me. You can't figure out 1,000 ways to get in contact with me. Why should I even help you out? Okay. So do the work to be the man with the plan. And again, send the text that says, hey, I have 3 ideas in mind, or hey, these are some thoughts. What are your thoughts? I'd love to make that night memorable. Anything that shows that you are planning, that you're curating, that you want to create the experience for her, and then also you can add to that text, if these aren't great for you, tell me what would be. I'm happy to rearrange. Let me know your best time. I'm thinking 7. Communicate. This is just communication 101. Share what you're thinking. I know so many men think and then they don't share. Share what you're thinking on that first date. And if you started with a text with this anticipation of this man is actually planning and creating this experience for me, you're already going to be winning. Second text you need to send her, and this is 24 to 12 hours before the date, you need to confirm with her, hey, I can't wait to see you tomorrow night at Red Rocks. I will, make sure, feel free to wear something comfortable. I'm going to be wearing a suit. I'm going to be wearing a blazer. That way she knows what you're dressing up as. I just got off the phone with a new client. He said, Katy, I always dress up for a first date. I always wear a blazer. And sometimes these women show up and they're like, oh, I didn't know you'd be so dressed up. So he needs to let them know, I'll be a little bit dressed up. It's a nice steakhouse. Maybe explain the date, the location, what the atmosphere is like, unless she's actually taken some time, which she should, to go take a peek so she can dress appropriately as well. So again, just let her know, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to meet you, that kind of thing. Here's my number. Here's in case anything goes wrong. Just share a little bit about your excitement. And if she has any questions, you are there for her. Okay. Number 3, now this is my favorite thing. And I had a girlfriend do this recently to me. I was running late because the valet couldn't get my car out because he couldn't start a stick. Young boy problems. And I was on my way to go see her, and she sends me this text, and I love this text. She's like, I'm at the bar. What would you like me to order you? And then ironically, she goes, oh my gosh, I sound like I'm a guy going on a date with Katy Clark. And I said, well, you're doing it just right. Always send that text about 10 minutes, get to the bar early, get to the restaurant early, offer to get her a drink. Some women get all crazy in their mind. They think you're going to drug them. You're not. You're a good guy. If she can't handle that text, she can either one, say, no, thanks, I'll get it when I get there. Or if she's like, oh my gosh, what's he going to put in that drink? Sadly, there are some women like that. So I think it is such a stellar, sophisticated way to meet a woman on the first date. And again, I'm a believer in first dates should be dinner dates. So that's why this preface story is about that whole dialogue via text on what you should be sending her. So again, last text you're going to be sending right before you meet her is going to be, I'm here at the bar, take your time, what can I get you? And when she rolls in looking smoking hot because she listens to Dating with Katy, and you're looking smoking hot too with your pocket square, you are going to look like the serious man with a plan. So those are the first 3 texts that are musts before your date. Okay, guys, this is how you win a woman. You communicate to her heart and to her needs. Now, the last 2, as simple as they are, I am shocked by how often they do not happen in relationships or in the beginning, or confusion and this whole 3-day rule. You got to wait to text her. That's shenanigans. That's baloney. If you like a woman, make it clear. Show your intentions. Let her know. And if she can't handle it, then she's probably an 80%er. So no surprise. So these next 2 are critical for keeping a relationship alive, for getting into one and keeping it. Number 1 is the good morning text. Can you believe that I'm even telling you guys this? But yes, you should be the first one that sends her the good morning text. Period. Hands down. Sometimes she'll send it to you, but you need to be the leader. You need to remind her every day that you are pursuing her, that she is your woman, and that she is worth it and valuable to send a 5-second text to. And if some of you are out there saying, well, that's ridiculous, she should do it equally. Well, you know what? Then you're probably not of the 20% of the mindset that men protect and they provide, and they are clear on their intention with their woman. And every single woman I know, every quality, every beautiful, every woman that just wants to adore a man adores it when she gets that text from you in the morning. So a lot of you might poo-poo this idea, but watch, try it. Good morning, cutie. And here's the chance, now that you're dating her, you're seeing her, you've put in the time, your 3-3-3 rule, 3 dates, 3 weeks, 3 months. This is when you start to use superlatives. Cutie, hey sweetie, hey hot stuff. Don't do that too early on, because she just thinks you're doing that to everybody and she doesn't feel special. This is when you start saying, good morning, gorgeous, and use these words. Good morning's great, but good morning, gorgeous sets a different tone, and I'm telling you, she will believe it and she will love it. And then the second one, and again, these are in relationships, check in on her. Middle of the day, how's your day going? Now, don't expect her to get right back to you. Maybe leave a voice note. You can use your phone to do little face messages now. You can do those goofy ones that look like elephants and you're talking and you're an elephant. I mean, send her something fun and cute and check in on her. Just simply check in. And you guys want a better sex life with your woman? I just told you the last 2 ways to have a better sex life with your woman is communicate. Show that you have time. Show that you care. And if some of you are like, well, I'm too busy, you know what? I don't take that. I do not take that answer, because texting takes 5 to 10 seconds. 5 to 10 seconds to show somebody you value them and you care about them. And you do these, and I promise you that with a quality woman, because you should be with your equal and you should know that you're both in this to win it, that she will adore you back and be so grateful. So guys, thank you for listening to these. I'm sure there are a million more that we could talk about, but these 5 are really just the essentials that you should be doing. And if you have suggestions, email me, datingwithkaty@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe, get confident, be successful, and have some fun dating. Chat soon.